What's up, everyone? My name is Chris Fanzon. You are listening to the Hidden Doors podcast, and today we're talking about 4 reasons why you should get not a Pixel. 4 reasons you should get a Kindle. 4 reasons that you should get a Kindle if you love to read. I'm all in on the damn Kindle, so we're going to be talking about that. Also, if you like what you hear, give me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on more videos and podcasts like this coming down. And at the end, we'll do a word of the day so we can build our vocabulary. And I hope you enjoy. Okay, so 4 reasons that you should buy a Kindle. Get that damn Kindle. ASAP Rocky. First of all, if you don't love to read, then watch one of my other podcasts where I talk about why you should read, because reading is the source of all the information out there. If you don't read, I think that is foolish, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. If you do read, I have a case for you. I have my pitch for why you should get a Kindle. There are 4 reasons. And if you are skeptical and you love to read physical books, I was the same way as you. And then I got a Kindle for my birthday or something. And then I fell in love with it. It is beautiful. And sometimes I do long for a nice physical book. But the 4 benefits that I will talk through are so amazing that you can't go wrong with the Kindle. So the first benefit is instantaneous book delivery. This is a beautiful aspect. So when I would read physical copies, I would have to time it. I don't like going a few days without reading something. I don't know. It's weird. I just like to do that. So when you have physical copies, you either need to order it and have it delivered. It might take a couple days, or you go to the bookstore. The bookstore is actually pretty fun, so if you like doing that. But with a Kindle, though, I think this is maybe self-explanatory. Instantaneously, you finish a book, boom, next book, purchase, delivered to your Kindle in a second, within seconds, and then you are on to your next book. So the instantaneousness of this is an amazing feature. That is the first one. Second is almost all. I remember maybe a couple books out of like 100 or so that I've read. A couple of them I think didn't have Kindle versions. And it's usually the really older ones, or like something that is like a textbook type of book where it's hard, like a cookbook. I did a cookbook podcast. And that I don't think had a Kindle version. It's just a weird way to have a Kindle. But 99% of the books out there that I've tried to get have Kindle versions. So it's not like you're missing out on anything. That is the second benefit, is that almost the reach, the opportunity to read any book out there is the same thing as if you were getting a physical book. Number 3, a Kindle versions are cheaper. They're almost always cheaper. The percentage changes based on the person selling the book. They have to take into account printing costs. So there's no printing cost with a Kindle. So they get more profit margin. And because of that, they can sell the book for a cheaper amount. And they usually do. Usually, if you are a big reader, you save a ton of money on the Kindle. I think a Kindle might be like 100 or 150. I don't know. But if you read consistently, you will make it back. So it's almost always cheaper, and you will make the money back from the Kindle. And last thing, and there's a few points to unpack here, but it's just to me, it's a better reading experience. And I'll tell you why. It's a better reading experience. One is, if you think like that you're going to be reading, it's going to feel like you're reading from a computer or a phone or tablet. That is not the case. The Kindles and probably other ebooks are good at this too, but the Kindles are very good at having a paper feel. It feels like a paper. It's not like my eyes are getting strained because the background is, I think that there's a certain terminology for it, I think, but it's a paper feel. It doesn't feel like you're reading from a white background that's straining your eyes. So it feels like paper, but it's digital. Two is, I don't know if you ever read different times of the day, but especially if you start reading at night or the early mornings, it is a pain. You need to get the right lighting. You need to put the light on. And for me, if I'm, if you're reading in bed and you have a spouse or partner and they sleep in the same bed as you, you don't want to throw all the lights on while you're reading because they want to go to sleep. I put the background light in a Kindle is amazing to read in any environment. If it's too bright, you can help dial up or down the background light so you can read. If it's dark, you can also dial the background light. And it's very, very easy to read in any type of environment. Also, I don't know about you guys, but when I deal with like reading a book, it's like the way it bends is freaking annoying. It's like you got to keep it open. It's like almost like straining my hands to, like, especially in the beginning and the end when there's a disproportionate amount of pages from when you open it. Like the middle, I think is easier, but like beginning and end is just strange. It's annoying. I don't know if anyone has ever experienced what I'm talking about, but it's just annoying to keep the pages open so you can read it. Like as you get closer to the crease, words might be like bending into the crease and you have to like stretch it open. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't deal with any of that in the Kindle. It's a flat surface and it's easier to read. I don't have to deal with bending the damn book so I can read the words. And you take highlights. So if you like to take notes or highlights in a physical book, I would assume you either maybe use a pen to underline or a highlighter or sticky notes. But what I love about the Kindle is it's got the, it's like a computer. So you highlight something and later you can go on your computer. Doesn't have to be on your Kindle, but you can go on your computer, sign on to Amazon and look at all the highlights. This way you can review any notes you've had. And what I love about it is the control is the search feature in the Kindle. So if there was a particular word or a particular paragraph that you remember and you want to go back to, instead of having to page through every single page and to try to find where you remember that word, you can just find certain keywords that you remember and it'll take you right to the few pages that have that keyword. It's easier to find things that you are trying to look for, but you just don't remember what page number or chapter it was talked about. And maybe there are more, but those are the 4 ones. I think the reading experience is easier. It's cheaper through a Kindle to buy. You'll have to pay for the Kindle, but then once you start buying Kindle versions, it's cheaper than paperbacks, and eventually you'll make your money back. Almost all books are available through Kindles, and the book delivery is instantaneous. You can't beat it. Go get a Kindle if you love to read. If you don't love to read, start reading because that's where the knowledge is. I'm putting a link in the description where you can buy a beautiful Kindle. Maybe like this. I got mine with a nice little cover on it, so it almost feels like a little bit of a book. It's a little cover. Go to the description and click on the link to buy yourself a nice Kindle, the one I recommend. And what do we got? We got a word of the day. So the word, let's do a word of the day is bastion, and it's an institution, place, or person strongly defending or upholding particular principles, attitudes, or activities. In a sentence, the last bastion of male privilege. Ooh. Okay, similar words are stronghold, bulwark, defender, supporter. Okay, bastion is the word of the day. Use that, build your vocabulary, use that in your conversations. Go get yourself a damn Kindle, read more often, build your beautiful brain up with knowledge and perspectives from these beautiful books. Okay, hope you enjoyed this podcast, and don't forget, if you like what you heard, give me the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Take it easy.